It's time for business news with Richard Southern. After a year and a half of silence, Toronto's Island Airport is roaring back to life, Richard.
Let's go for, you were just saying, let's go for a trip
I'd be
somewhere,
down.
right,
I want to
Erica?
go somewhere. We've been home for the past year and a half or so.
I know.
Yeah.
You can go somewhere on Porter. This morning, the first Porter flight took off for the first time in 18 months. It was bound for beautiful Montreal, Erica. We can go to Montreal in 30, 40 minutes on Porter. As is tradition, they give it the water salute. They always do this for a plane when something notable is happening. And certainly this was a notable event, the first Porter flight in a year and a half. Didn't fly at all during COVID. And boy, nobody's happier to see the airline back operational than its CEO, Michael Deleuze. He said it's about time they're back. Take a look.
Today, it's the positive aspects of restarting, reinvigorating, and reconnecting that I believe we should be focused on. We know it won't be easy, and it will take time to get back to where we were 2 years ago, but we're ready to begin today, and we're very excited to be here.
Right now, Porter is just flying out of the Billy Bishop Airport to Canadian destinations. In a couple of weeks' time, they will start up their U.S. operations. There is big questions, though, about whether or not business will return. Porter is an airline that heavily relied on the business traveler. Maybe they're never going to return with working from home, Erica. And this is probably why Porter a couple of weeks ago, as you know, announced plans to buy jets and start to fly out of Pearson Airport in an effort to further attract the leisure travelers. So whether or not Porter's going to get back to where it was, the jury's still out on that, Erica.
All right. It appears that rising grocery prices are starting to change the way we eat.
In that, we're skipping the meat counter more often, apparently, according to some new data. Erica, Canadians not eating quite as much meat as they used to. Meat sales have dropped quite a bit. Beef sales down 6% just since May. Chicken sales down 12%. Pork sales down 17%. Now, Canadians, sure, they're eating less meat, for health and ethical reasons. But food experts say they really think it's a dollar and cents matter. Beef prices are up 10% on the year. Pork and chicken prices are up much more than that, despite the sluggish sales. So the supply-demand fundamentals are a little bit out the window. Increasingly, Canadians are looking elsewhere in the grocery store. Erica, sales of meat alternatives are up 4% this year.
Maybe more vegetarians and vegans post-pandemic, I suppose.
I think so, absolutely.
Yeah. And finally, moviegoers are starting to return to theaters in bigger numbers, and that's great news for companies like Disney.
Disney stock has been rising, Erica, because of its latest box office hit. This is a movie I saw you on Instagram the other day saying, I want to go see, right, Erica?
I haven't seen it yet, and I really want to go, yep.
Me too. ShangChi at the box office is a big hit for Disney, the superhero action-adventure starring Canadian actor Simu Liu, brought in more than $90 million so far in the North American box office, has brought in more than $56 million from the overseas market. Disney's gamble of releasing this only in theaters seems to be paying off for the company. Disney's CEO said the ticket sales may influence the company's movie releases going forward. Maybe they're not going to release it so much, the new ones on the Disney Plus service. Of course, the film is the first to feature an Asian superhero. Disney stock, Erica, close to a record above $185.
Nothing quite like seeing a movie in theaters. Yeah.
The popcorn, it's way better than at home, Erica.